Welcome back to The Witch's Cauldron. I'm Jim, of course, and today I want to do a little book review on The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. This book was first published in 1928. Manly P. Hall was the founder of the Philosophical Society in 1934 in Los Angeles, California. This is a really thick book. This is for avid readers, if you like to read like me. It's 609 pages without the index, but the information in this book it's great. This is going to touch on Kabbalah, alchemy, Hermeticism, sorcery, Freemasonry, Rosicrucianism. There is religions in here too. It's not just the occult. There's philosophy in here too. But I find all these things they intertwine. I mean, I've been studying the occult for 20 plus years. I've also been studying philosophy, theology, and psychology. So they all kind of go hand in hand. I'll do a whole video on that eventually, but this is a really good book. And if you don't know anything about Manly P. Hall, he has a plethora of lectures on YouTube for free, and his lectures are lengthy. You're looking at an hour, sometimes over an hour for his lectures, in case you really don't want to read this book. But I suggest you actually read this book. This is just another stepping stone for magical practice, witchcraft, occult, whatever you want to call it. And it's good. It's good information. It's easy to read. It's not super scholarly. It's not going to bore you. As I said, if you're an avid reader, this is right up your alley. I can't remember how long it took me to read this book. I want to say a week or two, but I was reading at least 2 chapters a day. I think I read this book back in 2020 or 2021. This book will cost you about $25-30. This was gifted me by a friend. But again, the knowledge in this book is great, and you need that knowledge, especially if you're beginning in this practice, whether it's, occult practice, witchcraft, whatever it doesn't matter. Spiritualism, it's all the same, really, pretty much. But it's a great stepping stone. It's good to have this knowledge, and I'm huge about knowing stuff, especially when it comes to the occult and witchcraft, like the history, where it comes from, why it happened, why it was hidden for so long, why it's not anymore. And that's good. You need to know that. And that's my opinion. I mean, if you don't want to know any of this stuff and you just want to jump into it, I suppose you can. That's fine. I'm not here to judge. But I'm all about the history of stuff, the knowledge of stuff. And every book I own gives me knowledge. Whether this is not a grimoire, but I do have grimoires, and I don't practice grimoire magic. It's just not my thing. I'm going to get into one eventually, but that's another story for another time. But again, great book. Read it, check it out. I'm not going to do lengthy book reviews unless you guys want me to. Just leave me something in the comments if you want me to do something where I'm dissecting the entire book and it takes, half hour, 45 minutes. But I'm not going to bore you with all that. I mean, you guys know how to read, so you can totally check this out. And if you don't want to, just check out his lectures. Manly P. Hall, YouTube. They're all free. And they're all great. I've listened to a lot of his lectures, probably all of his lectures. But this guy knew a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. So, I mean, he wasn't an idiot. This is good stuff, and you will appreciate the read. So that is my book review on this here book. And yeah. You guys need to get into this, learn some stuff. Whatever book you're reading, just research your authors, translators, and editors if you run into that. And yeah, just dig in there. I mean, dissect, dig in, learn all the history. Learn where these systems came from, why they came about, and why they were demonized by the church, because it's fascinating what happened in history about this stuff. Because, whether it's, shamanism, witchcraft, necromancy, alchemy, Hermeticism, there's a history behind all these things. They just didn't show up out of nowhere, and figuring out all that stuff is great. You'll run into brick walls, but just do the research as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Just just take it to the limit is what I'm saying. That's gonna get you gaining your knowledge about all this stuff and figuring out where you have to be to do what you have to do in your practice. So all these books I'm going to review are good on that. So take care, do good works. I'll see you next time.